because it's already in a form that your body can absorb easily, because your body is mostly liquid, so it just goes into your cells real simple, opposed to like taking a pill and waiting for your stomach to digest it and then waiting for that to work. I love that it's just teas. I love it. It's so simple. And I think it should be like, for me, I think liquid herbs should be like the first thing that you choose to do if you're having any kind of medical problems. Because first, it's like, to me, it's important to cleanse your body so that if you should have to take medication, it's operating in a better field of taking the medicine. So maybe you won't have to take as much. And a lot of times, the liquid, honestly, it kind of takes care of it. Like, I feel like now I don't really have to take anything anymore like that. Like, I feel better overall. I don't like the side effects of pills or any of those things. So I think like it's from nature, is in a natural, simple form. That's like what you would do if you had to do it yourself. And I like that. I like the liquid herb thing. I really think it's a really good medicine. And to tell you the truth, a lot of medicines is either plant, animal, or organic. So it's like, this is one of those forms, but I guess they just don't really like, I don't think they really think it works or something. I don't know. What's with Western medicine with that? Like, why would you not, like, it's in a form of what you take and you deal with on a day-to-day basis. I think that's natural. Like, I don't think pills are natural. I think
the whole balancer.
The body is really sophisticated, and I think it could actually heal itself if it's put in a position where it can, and the liquid herbs actually work in this system. Whereas pills tend to suppress your body's natural abilities to do things. Where I feel like the herbal liquids are way better because it's actually promoting what your body naturally would do if it's given a chance. Like, I think your body can heal yourself from a lot of things. Maybe not everything, but a lot of things. I mean, you think about a broken bone, how the body's able to mend, and that bone still is as strong as the original bone. That's important. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think, like, if you give your organs the chance to get back to their original state by detoxing them, I think it will kick in and it'll start to work and function as it should do. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that taking these herbal liquids this way enable my body to adjust and correct itself, because I was hormonally imbalanced. Like, my body wasn't functioning in the way that it should, you know. And I felt like that was the most important thing, like getting your body back to its natural state. And everything is so much better. It's so normal. I'm able to do things, make plans for trips that I wasn't able to do. I feel 100% better. I no longer live in the shadow of fear and a concern that if these things should come back, I feel like I can actually put that behind me. So I feel really good right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I understand the skepticism, but actually you got to be skeptical about all of the whole process when it comes to dealing with your health. So that's a good thing. But I think if you take the teas as instructed, you stay on the regimen, I think you'll see results. Because I definitely took them as instructed, like at the time that it was instructed, and I stayed on the program, and I am seeing a result, yes. January, I had turned older, so I was experiencing like menopause symptoms such as night sweats, hot flashes, insomnia. I had a 21-day menstrual cycle. I had a heavy menstrual cycle. I experienced some memory loss, and what else? A little confusion. Like, it was kind of like cloudy, fuzziness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in January I had 2 physicals, and they told me everything was fine. And when I went to see the doctor, they gave me birth control pills. So someone told me about taking the teas, and they had been seeing Dr. Kwang, and so I came here for that because I don't have any of those problems.
You're all handled.
Yeah, I feel great. Yeah, everything's back to normal, and I feel good. And people often tell me that I look good, They comment on how clear my skin is. I have more energy. You know, I feel clearer, and I just feel really healthy right now. I came to Dr. Kwang in May, and I had a life insurance. You know how they give you the physical in January, and I was experiencing problems from January to May, and like within that first week of taking the teas, I began to feel a lot better, and I've been like 1,000 times better now. One thing I noticed with what I was experiencing, it happened over a period of time that's very subtle, and you forget how you feel before things start to change, and I feel, remembering, I feel like I feel a lot younger and a lot healthier, and I am 41 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, gotta thank Dr.
so
Kwang.
you feel like what? How old?
Really, I feel like I'm in my early 30s. I feel a lot better, a lot more energy. I ride my bike now. I can exercise. I don't get worn down. I do things with my kids, whereas before, I just didn't have the presence of mind to do things really. I had a lot of fear, never knowing if whenever I had a menstrual cycle, was it going to be an experience? That was very bad for me.
Wow.
Very bad. the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
How did that affect you?
Oh, a lot, because I was not to be too graphic, but I had blood clots, and I could barely even move. It was really bad. I would go through maybe 12 pads in a few hours time. Yeah, it was really bad.
Wow. Was it freaking you out?
Oh yeah.
What kind of thoughts were going through your head?
I was just really scared, very hesitant. I kind of planned my whole month around what this 1 week would be. I felt dealing with the healthcare system, they don't really try to help you get healthy. They just try to as long as I was taking the birth control pills, I was okay, but it wasn't dealing with the other symptoms of the night sweats and the heat flashes and the confusion, the insomnia. It just wasn't. It wasn't dealing with any of that. So I was kind of frustrated with that as well. And so coming here has been a real relief of all of those things.
So
I'm just able to do, I'm going to school and stuff, and before I had started school, and when I started having these problems, I thought I had to stop, honestly. So it was changing a lot of things, like me going to school, my ability to just do simple things like walk the dog and wonder if it was going to start, you know what I mean? Definitely changed, if I wanted to go on vacations, to do things with my kids or anything, it changed that a lot. Because I wasn't really, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be anywhere at that time of the month or, anything. So I think, for me, it made me a lot better. And the memory and the confusion, not to have a foggy head anymore, it's a big difference. Because, sometimes people be they know something's going on with you, but then they can't really figure it out. And you're, sick too, so you don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not the place to be. No. It's not very proactive either. Just taking pills and not knowing, you know what I mean? And then it's kind of funny too, you can have physicals, and they gave me a lot of tests and I was fine, but I wasn't fine. Anything that could release some of that, I just really wanted to stop. And then also before I went to a Western medicine philosophy of just taking these pills, I wanted to jumpstart my body and detox my body and cleanse my body, because for me I feel that was probably what was going on more so. Sometimes you have symptoms of something, but there's a deeper underlying issue, and I felt I just haven't really detoxed my body of all the things that I've taken in over the years. And I first wanted to do that before I went to a Western medicine type thing. You know what I mean? So that if I had to take something, I didn't have to take an abundance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But to tell you the truth story, I have been to the doctor before, and I had ear infections when I was young, and it was in my 20s, and they gave me medicine. I had a bad reaction, and I'm very, very hesitant. I told the guy I was allergic to any kind of penicillin and amoxicillin, and I could take it only in small dosage. He gave me 800 milligrams and told me to take two pills. And so in my mind, I'm not very big on taking pills.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well, it protected you in some ways.
Oh man, it swelled up my spine, and I could barely walk from taking those pills. And I had webs. I had highs from like the top of my head to the soles of my feet. That was the worst. I had to take Benadryl for 7 days. Like as soon as I would wake up, take a Benadryl, go back to sleep, wake up, take another. Yeah, that was the worst.
Wow.
So I was just like, no, let me try something else first.
Yeah.
I don't trust the doctors too much. But I trust Dr. Kwang, but I don't trust like American doctors. They just really want to give you pills.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really want to deal with, you know what I mean? They're just like, take this. I don't like that. Because he's unusual. He's a guy who can really look at you and really know what's going on. Like the first time I saw him and he did the procedure, he knew instantly. Like he was like, oh, your ovaries are swollen. He knew instantly. Like he was like, yo, you must be, you know what I mean? And he gives you things that really deal with what you're having an issue with. And it's unusual. Because most people, like doctors, I had the experience, like, I had to bring my iPad to the doctor's office to kind of explain what I'm going through. Because they don't really know. That's weird to me. You know what I mean? Whereas I came here, and, like, as soon as he heard everything, he knew instantly. Like, that's the big difference. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, there I felt like if I wasn't in the driver's seat, then there was really no hope for me to get better, per se. I can keep taking the pills and maintain, but I wouldn't have been getting better. Like here, I feel like he can look at you and know where to take you to get you better, and I think that's a big difference to me. First off, it's been really open. I like the honesty, and it's been very helpful for me. I like that. I like that, and I feel like as far as Dr. Kwang, he's really on top of his field. He knows exactly what he's doing, and I like that. Like that's what I look for in a doctor. Like, you know what I mean? Why would I go to a doctor and you don't know?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm looking for you for answers, but you don't know.
What am I doing here, right?
Like, gee, really? Can you get me? They'd be like, we gotta call someone. Like, okay. Can you call them?
Did you really happen?
Oh, because like if you go in the emergency office or whatever and that OBGYN is not there or something, yeah, they have to call. Like they'll deal with you and they'll keep you going. But yeah, I had that happen. Mm-hmm. One dude, he was just like a medical MD type doctor, and what could he do for me? Like it's more precision and more precise. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
think that's where a lot of people are sick. Like if everybody was like one size fit all, but everybody's unique and how they are, and I don't think hospitals really deal with that too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always gotta find a specialist, opposed to somebody who's a specialist and dealing with a multitudes of different problems. Yeah.
Good point.
Actually, yeah, I have, but I don't take it as side effects or anything. I think like when he gave me the stuff for the kidneys, I felt that, so I felt like maybe my kidneys weren't where they needed to be. So you do feel the detoxing of those things a little bit, but it's all bearable. It's not like excruciating pain or anything. I never had any of that. But you know, sometimes when you first take one, you get a little kind of, not really woozy, but you know what I mean? You feel it working. So I like that for me anyway. Because I like when somebody's like, you're taking this and it's for your stomach, and you like, okay, my stomach feels kind of like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Identify.
But that's what I like too. I like that when you take the tea, you feel something. Like you feel it working. It's not like you're taking it for months and you don't feel any, you know what I mean? Yeah. I like that.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
really do. I like that. So it's like you be taking those pills. It's like, what is it doing? Like I do feel the grogginess. I do feel tired. Like, you know what I mean? But what is it really like? Yeah, I have that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.